Welcome back. We're so happy to welcome our new friend Laura Cobb with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and she's here to discuss the virtual Bike Like Mad campaign happening all this month. First of all, so good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we've heard of MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Just, explain to our viewers again what your organization is and what it does and why it's so important.
Well, MAD was started in 1980 by Candace Leitner, whose daughter was killed by a drunk driver. What I do, I am the victim services person. I am the one who does all the direct court accompaniment with victims. So this is vitally important to me to get awareness out because a lot of times people aren't as aware of what we do behind the scenes. And so having a campaign like Bike Like Mad, it draws awareness to, how important it is that people make wise choices, and consider that there's a lasting effect.
Absolutely.
And so that's why we do this.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Bike Like Mad actual event?
Yes, it runs the whole entire month of May, and it's a virtual event. So any type of bike, any skill level, any location, and it is Bike Like Mad Tour de Heart, which is a play, of course, on Tour de France. And so we are doing that also to highlight that, we are the Mad Heartland region. So that doesn't just include Missouri, it includes Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas.
Oh, nice.
And so we are all together in this, and the push is out there to, have a competition between all the states.
How does the event actually work? We saw a QR code up there as well.
Yes.
What do people need to do?
They can go to the Mad Heartland Facebook page, and they can access that QR code. And also there is a direct link on there that allows them to go to the registration page. And until May 10th, I believe, there is a discount code. It costs $45 to register. And they can put in the Bike Like Mad 2024 code, and they get $10 off. And all they need to do is, ask your friends and family and coworkers to donate. You go into an app, and the information is on the MAD Facebook page in order to access that app. And you go in, you set your mileage, what you want to do, and you can do this at the gym. If you want to do it on a stationary bike,
I was thinking if you have a Peloton at home, if you do go to the gym and just use a stationary bike.
It's very easy.
Yeah, because with inclement weather, you can't really be outside.
Yes, and that's coming, so.
Yes.
Very easy to do.
And you were saying off camera too, motorcycles.
Yes.
That's very important because when you think about drunk driving, we think about the car collisions with each other, but you think pedestrians, bicycles, motorcycles. It's a huge problem.
It is, and we have seen, and for what I do, I have seen in the number of cases that I have had an increase in bicyclists who have been impacted by impaired drivers, and motorcyclists as well. And so that's the whole point of this event. Is to draw awareness to that.
I always wonder, and we come to work around 4:45 in the morning, and people could just be wrapping up their night.
Absolutely.
Is there a certain time of day that people, should be much more aware of their surroundings?
Well, pretty much every time of day.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that is something that has changed as well, unfortunately.
A lot of people assume nighttime.
They assume nighttime.
Yeah.
That is correct. That is that thought. Anything after midnight, there's nothing good happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, it can happen any time of day.
What are some of the statistics that you've seen since it was started in 1980? Has MAD made a big difference in the drinking and driving campaign to stop it?
Well, at the time, in between the 20-year increment in there was about a 50% decrease. We've seen over the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years, it has started to creep up again. I don't know if you can attribute that to the pandemic,
That's what I was thinking.
stressors in people's lives, but we are seeing an increase, unfortunately.
Oh, that's so terrible to hear.
Well, and again, before the camera started rolling, we talked about, a story that we were told about a passenger that lost their life because their friend was drunk driving. So also, they always say don't get in a car with someone that's been drinking and
Right.
driving, because it's not just, you know, them that could go. You could also pass away.
Absolutely, and it's all about making wise choices.
Have you seen any numbers with high school students and or teenagers drinking? Has it gone up, down?
Well, I mean, that, I don't have the statistics on that. I can't really speak to that, but we do have a separate program that does work with underage drinking awareness. And, you know, our hope is, and that's part of our goal,
Yeah.
is to, you know, prevent underage drinking. The ultimate goal of MAD is to end drunk driving.
Yeah.
I would like nothing else than to be put out of a job.
Right, exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
I would like.
Yeah.
So if people want more information about signing up for the campaign, how do they do that?
They go to the Mad Heartland Facebook page. They can also call my office at 417-831-3868.
Okay.
So, and I would be more than happy to provide more information.
Bike Like Mad Tour de Heart.
Yes.
Means something.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
All right, we'll be back with details on this weekend's planting festival at Baker Creek. Don't go anywhere.